Hi everyone, I'm Dan Shad, co-founder and CEO of Cred. And with me I have someone that is a familiar face that probably doesn't even need introduction, Charlie Lee, who's the creator of Litecoin and known as Satoshi Lite. We're thrilled to have Charlie with us. Welcome.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here.
Happy to have you here. So all of you may have, many of you may have heard about our announcement that we recently did with the Litecoin Foundation. Cred and the Litecoin Foundation have been partnering so that we can offer interest on Litecoin and other crypto assets directly off of the Litecoin Foundation page. And a good chunk of the proceeds go back to not just the users, but some of them even go to the Litecoin Foundation, and we're hopeful that we're going to generate a good amount of proceeds to help with all of the Litecoin Foundation goals. That you have.
I mean, we're very happy about that.
So we're thrilled to be working with you. So I just had, I'm sure you get asked a lot of these sorts of questions, but I had some questions that I thought that some of our viewers may be interested in.
Yeah.
And one of them is on the latest use cases that you're seeing for Litecoin and what you're seeing people gravitate to and how they're sort of solving real world problems. So maybe one of the questions that I just have is, when you look out there right now and you see all of the things that Litecoin is being used for, what are the things that you're seeing are particularly impactful?
Well, I mean, I guess the biggest use case still today for crypto is still like speculation, right? Store of value and speculation is still like the biggest use case. That's going to be that way for a while. With Litecoin, we are definitely aiming towards moving more towards payments, for people to actually spend the coins as opposed to just holding on to it as a store value, so a means of exchange. So we're definitely pushing towards that, and you can see like there's more and more like ATMs coming out that support Litecoin, where people can easily withdraw their Litecoin or convert cash to Litecoin. All the exchanges support Litecoin, so liquidity is very important, and to get Litecoin to the hands of people and for people to use it. I mean, in the end, it's the goal is for it to be money, right? It's where you store your value and also where you can use it to purchase goods and services.
Yeah, and that's hopefully where we'll help support that, so that people can actually take their Litecoin, and if they need another currency or they even need dollars or euros, they'll be able to borrow against it and actually earn either in Litecoin or in dollars for their Litecoin.
Yeah, and the interest earning is quite important too, right? You want to be able to park your money and still generate value from it. So that's why I think what you guys are doing is very cool.
Thank you. So one of the things that I think is really hot right now that we're sort of in the middle of and everyone's curious about is this whole term DeFi, or decentralized finance. I know you have some strong opinions, and I have some opinions on what that means and how impactful it can be. But I'd love to just sort of get your take on DeFi in general and what you sort of think about that compared to sort of mainstream finance and what your view is on how it can be utilized.
Yeah, I guess it depends on what you consider DeFi to be, right? A lot of people think DeFi is everything is decentralized, so everything is using smart contracts. You don't go through any centralized party. I think that extreme is not very viable because first of all, decentralization has a cost, right? For example, with cryptocurrencies, like doing a decentralized money someone has to bear the cost. It's a kind of a zero sum, right? So for something like cryptocurrency, it's something that the cost is worth it for the censorship resistant part of it. But for something like DeFi, where everything is decentralized, what happens is, because of the complexity of all the smart contracts, there's going to be a lot of like hacks or exploits that people are going to take advantage of. And when that happens, because it's decentralized, it's impossible to like roll back, because no central party can say this was a hack, we're going to roll it back, which would cause problems. So I don't think I'm not very optimistic about DeFi like taking over centralized finance today. That said, I think like adding more smart contracts, more automation to finance will definitely help and make things more efficient.
Yeah, it reminds me a little bit about, in the future when you have two self-driving cars crashing into each other, who's at fault and everything. Yeah, it's interesting when we talk about DeFi, and the reason why we sort of connected with you and the Litecoin Foundation and are doing this. Our view too is that there are things that are incredibly valuable and efficient about smart contracts, but is there anyone out there right now that would entrust their money to 100% of their money to a fully decentralized custodian?
Well, the first time that happened, like a few years ago, or like 3-4 years ago, was with the DAO, right?
Right.
Ethereum's
Exactly.
decentralized autonomous organization, and that got hacked, and everyone lost their money, and that's why they did the hard fork to roll it back. But things like that, I think, will always be a big target. So it's definitely going to be hard to trust something that's fully decentralized or fully autonomous.
Yeah. So we're basically on this continuum, I guess, as you would say, from centralization to decentralization, and there are parts of the technology that are just fantastic in driving efficiencies that are decentralized, but others still have a ways to go. So. And that's, in a way, that's what CRED is, right? We are, leveraging blockchain to make the financial services much more efficient, but you still need those experts that know how to really hedge volatile asset classes, right? And really do the risk management and underwriting and understand components of finance that are important to instill trust.
Yeah. How much of the kind of like DeFi stuff do you guys use?
It would depend how you define it, but given that we're working across 190 countries and we can move tens of millions of dollars all over, change it into stablecoin, change it back into fiat, and lend it out in the course of 15 minutes on a Friday night when the banking system's closed. A fair amount is decentralized, but what's not are those components that allow us to have, insurance, and understand how we can leverage the futures market to really hedge people's positions and keep their money safe.
Well, one of the definitely one of the best feature about DeFi is that it's open 24/7.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
That's something about centralized finance where the stock market closes and banks are closed over the weekends and you just can't move money.
Yeah.
Which is ridiculous in this day and age.
So I hope soon we're going to see that Apple stock, Tesla stock rolled up in crypto assets, so that it'll be open 24/7 as well. More and more asset classes migrating over. So one of the other questions that I had for you is just related to the foundation that you've started and that really helps to support Litecoin users. I mean, we're really working together to help generate more impactful revenue and proceeds that go to the Litecoin Foundation, so we can help you realize some of your goals. But what are the big goals and the core things that you're doing right now in the foundation to help Litecoin?
Yeah. Well, speaking of that, I just want to touch on one part of that, which is the Litecoin Foundation, unlike other foundations, for example, like the Ethereum Foundation, we don't have a lot of money because we didn't, like Litecoins is very decentralized. We didn't print the coins out of thin air to give ourselves part of it. So we kind of had to generate resources, money from partnerships, revenue sharing, and merchandise sales and donation. And whatever revenue we generate, we put it right back into the system, right? It's whether it's hiring like developers to work on the core code base, to work on the mobile wallets, or for marketing purposes to create new partnerships and getting like the word out, right? A lot of it is people haven't heard of crypto in general, and Litecoin especially. So getting the word out, getting people to actually try out Litecoin, download a wallet to try it and run it and actually realize the potential of it. I think that's basically what our goal is.
That's terrific. So we've been really impressed with the caliber of the people at Litecoin Foundation and working with them. So, the way this works for people that are out there that want to try it, if you go to mycred.io/Litecoin or directly to the Litecoin Foundation website and you enroll to earn on your Litecoin, we're offering up to 10% earning right now, annualized earning on your Litecoin. You get paid out monthly. Your interest payments, you can get paid out in Litecoin or in other crypto assets. And a percentage of your holdings, of your assets that generate revenue for Litecoin Foundation will go directly to all of these good things that you're talking about. So,
Yeah, and recently we've put a big effort into a project for around confidential transaction and Mimblewimble, which is to create ways to make Litecoin more private. I think privacy and fungibility is very important, and we're pushing that technology, try to get that implemented and deployed in Litecoin. So definitely a lot of the resources will go towards that. So thanks a lot for helping with that.
Yeah, my pleasure. Well, one of the things that I have a deep respect for you and what you've done and Litecoin is I always feel like people originally used Litecoin like a test net for Bitcoin and what they were doing, but given there was so much innovation happening, you start on Litecoin and then you'd sort of move it to Bitcoin. So I'm really hopeful that all of this really great work you did with Mimblewimble will find its way over to opportunities as well for Bitcoin.
Maybe one of the things at least for me, one of the goals is to keep Litecoin as close to Bitcoin as possible. Only don't change something that's not broken, right? And one of the benefits of that is it's very easy for companies to add support for Litecoin because it's so similar. I'm sure you guys have seen how easy it is to add Litecoin versus adding something like XRP or Ethereum, and that's definitely helpful. And also, but then we are a smaller team and more nimble, and also a smaller market cap, right? So we can take more risks. So adding something like privacy is a bit risky in terms of regulation, but I think it's worth doing.
That's great. Well, our hope here is we're trying to do something that's going to offer up opportunities to raise the entire crypto community and hopefully attract a lot more mainstream interest as well as a result.
Yeah.
Really happy to have you here, and we're so happy about partnering with you and Litecoin.
Yeah, same here.
We really are looking forward to doing big things together.
Okay.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah, thank you.